This man probably has one of the coolest last names in the NBA because it's so poetic. I mean, when Steph Curry makes a three, the announcer just says, "Curry with three." When Klay Thompson makes a three, the announcer just says, "Klay with another one." But when this dude makes a three, the announcer says,
"Snap the pass, Kevin Love sets his feet, the bottom! Oh, Love is in the air!"
Love is in the air. How cool is that? Anyway, what'll be even more awesome is if this next thing happens. Kevin Love might get his contract bought out by the Cavaliers, and if that happens, another former All-Star, former All-NBA talent is going to be headed to the Bay Area. Kevin Love is 32, and he'll be 33 soon. And at this point of his career, I'm sure he's done trying to be part of a rebuilding team, and he's going to want to win another ring and be part of something special. There are a few teams out there that are possible for a ring chase. The Brooklyn Nets are definitely one, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, and maybe the Clippers. First off, let's start off with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not about to downplay the Nets. Man, all the talent in the world's in Brooklyn. We'd love to join and possibly win a championship. However, in saying that, it's probably not the best fit for Love from a mental standpoint. I mean, Kyrie Irving's known to be a bit of a firecracker at times, and so is Kevin Durant from his online social media history. If Love had no other choice, then Brooklyn would be the team to join, but the thing is, there are better options. Next off, with the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron is a phenomenal player and also a great leader, but his style of leadership can take its toll mentally, and I'm not sure if Kevin Love wants that anymore.
Now down by 8.
The Los Angeles Clippers, on the other hand, are skilled, have championship capabilities, but there's a lot of team dysfunction in terms of leadership, and I'm not sure Love would want any part of that. Now, one of the last and honestly probably the best option is to team up with a two-time MVP who's also the best shooter in NBA history and who's also known to be an excellent teammate in Steph Curry. In addition, Love's already forging a bond with the Defensive Player of the Year candidate in Draymond Green in the Tokyo Olympics. I wouldn't be surprised if Draymond is already starting the recruiting process. The cherry on top of all this is, he'll be reunited with his childhood friend and Little League teammate Klay Thompson. I'm sure that'll be huge for both these players, to finally team up and play with, instead of against each other in the NBA Finals. If Kevin Love joins the Warriors, he'll be joining an organization that has all the talent in the world, plus perhaps the best culture in the league. So in addition to winning, Kevin Love would also be having the time of his life and enjoying himself in his final few years in the National Basketball Association. The next question we got to ask is, how good is Kevin Love now?
I'm talking about just good hustle. What is Kevin Love doing?
He's just batting it.
It wouldn't be a stretch to say that he's been frustrated recently. I mean, I think a lot of people would go nuts in Love's situation. Going from 4 straight finals in a row to being part of a rebuilding team with no rhythm for 3 straight years would drive most NBA players crazy. I mean, in 2018, the Cavaliers won 50 games. Then, following LeBron's departure, the team won 19 games in 2019. Then in 2020, another 19 games. And then another dismal season with 22 wins in 2021. I know the last 2 years were a bit shorter, but still, being at literally rock bottom of the league for 3 straight years has gotta hurt a former champion. Well, over the last 3 years, Love's played a total of 103 games, while averaging 15.6 points per game and grabbing 9.4 rebounds per game. In terms of efficiency, he's been shooting the 3 ball at about 37%, 41% from the field overall, and 86% from the free throw line.
Off the Cavalier bench, plays catch with Love. They found a connection here in this second half.
Looking at his shooting splits, when he's in the low post, anywhere from 8 feet in, he shoots it over 55%, and from deep, he shoots it at 37%. It's when he's in that mid-range area that he becomes just an average Joe, shooting it well below 40%. But this is actually fine, because Love would still solve some of the Warriors' biggest problems, and that's a lack of post play and rebounds. With Love down in the post, using his size and height, when the Warriors' jump shots aren't falling, he can reliably get himself into good position for a real high percentage shot, or he can send himself to the line, where again, he's a high percentage shooter.
Here's Allen.
Over to Garland. Post up. Kevin Love. Hadn't done that in about...
He's also good at cleaning up the glass, as he led the league in rebounds once early in his career. Now, no one's expecting a 32 or 33-year-old Kevin Love to grab 15 rebounds a game again. But in 20 to 25 minutes per night, it's quite reasonable for Love to grab close to 10 boards per game and get some easy putbacks.
As Garland looking for a crease, missed the reverse, but Kevin Love.
In addition to his box score production, he's a true stretch four who can also play the five. And with Love on the perimeter, he'll draw out the opposing team's rim protector, and that'll allow players like Curry, Poole, and Wiggins to get a good chance to capitalize on the extra spacing and attack the rim. One area that may be of concern is his defensive abilities. Love doesn't move laterally too fast, and if he gets switched onto a smaller guard like Chris Paul, who likes to cross up bigs for a 15-foot high-percentage mid-range shot, it may spell trouble. But then again, I don't have the stats, but I'm sure that 95% of the bigs in the league will be in trouble when they're matched up against guards like CP3.
2 points for Devin Booker. Chris Paul with his first couple of field goals, and the Suns have their largest.
The thing is, though, with Love's basketball IQ and length, all he has to do is put himself in good defensive positions to affect the game defensively. And I am sure Draymond Green has some tips he can share. Also, the Warriors are overall a great defensive team, as they finished 5th last season, and it's not exactly an area of concern. Love's production on the offense will vastly outweigh any shortcomings for his defensive ability. Now the next question is, would Love be part of the starting five, or is he coming off the bench? Love would definitely be good enough to be part of the starting unit, but him coming off the bench would give the Warriors arguably the deepest bench in the league. I mean, you have Curry, Clay, Green, Wiggins, and Wiseman starting the game. And then, when they go to the bench, you have Poole, JTA, Looney, Justinian Jessup, and Kevin Love? Man, talk about firepower. I mean, I'd say that this Warriors bench lineup is probably better than the Houston Rockets starting five that ended off the 2021 season. The Cavs buying out Love's contract would be the perfect situation for the Warriors. He's about at an all-star level when he actually focuses for the season. And for him to join the Warriors roster on a veteran's minimum would completely shake up the league. It's like what happened when David West and Leandro Barbosa joined the Warriors in the last dynasty. But I'd say Love would have a much bigger impact than West and Barbosa. My prediction is, if Love joined the Warriors on the veteran's minimum, the Dubs, if healthy, would instantly be the title favorites. They'd be a top 5 team offensively and defensively, and the Warriors would probably win another back-to-back in 2022 and 2023. Man, the Cavs need to hurry up and buy out this guy's contract, because honestly, I don't see how he can possibly fit in with any future plans that they can possibly make. Anyway, in the meantime, while the Cavs are figuring out their plan, I'm sure the 2-time MVP Steph Curry is just going to get better and better. By the way, have you ever wondered why he's so unstoppable? If you answered yes to that question, then you need to watch this video here, where I go over exactly why Steph Curry is so unstoppable and how he can get even better. It's not just the shooting that I go over, it's his complete game, and I can go on and on about it. But I think it's easier if you just click the video, guys. Watch it, and I'll see you on the other side.